Dear students, Salam Alaikum. Welcome to the new semester, new academic year. We have done Calculus 1 together. Many of you were with me last two semesters, and some of you also did some of the physics courses with me. Calculus 1 focused on differentiation. Differentiation has to do with slopes and tangents. When you want to draw a tangent, you need to know the slope. And the slope comes from derivatives in Calculus 1. In school geometry, there are other ways to get the slopes. We will not worry about that today. Now, the integration has to do with areas, volumes, and lengths of curves. Now, geometrically, they were discovered independently. Integration was discovered more than 2000 years back, and differentiation was discovered sometime about 500 years back. Now, Calculus 1 is all about differentiation with some applications. Calculus 2 is all about integration with some applications. Let me repeat. Geometrically, derivatives are all about slopes, and integration is all about areas and some other related things like volumes and lengths of curves. But they are interconnected, and once they discovered differentiation, they saw the connection. Now, connection is given in rule number 1. One process is opposite of the other. You take x square, differentiate it, you will get 2x. You integrate 2x, you will get x square. So for technical reasons, for practical reasons, one process is opposite of the other, but geometrically they have their own definitions and existence. So the first formula is x power n. If you integrate, you will get x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. Now n cannot be equal to minus 1 because division by 0 is not defined and not allowed. C is some number constant. C is a constant. What's the derivative of a constant? Derivative of a number is 0. The number can be big, small, negative, positive, or even 0 itself. Now let's see one question as an example. Evaluate the integral of x squared dx. This symbol is called integration symbol. It is like a long S, thin long S. It means sum. We'll do the geometry of it in the next few days. Now here n equal to 2. So the integration of x square is n equal to 2, x power 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. Look at rule number 2 plus c. You'll get x power 3 divided by 3 plus c. Don't try to cancel anything here. This 3 will not cancel. This is in the power and this is outside. Now in integration, it is very important that you check the answer. How do you check the answer? You differentiate. See, the small f is in the integration and the capital F, the big F, is in outside, which you have to differentiate. So your answer is x power 3 divided by 3 plus c. So capital F is x power 3 divided by 3 plus c. Now you differentiate it. The derivative of c is 0. Now what's the rule for x power 3? 3 n into x power n minus 1, 3 into x power 3 minus 1 divided by 3. Now 3 minus 1 is 2. This 3 will cancel with this 3. You will be left with x square plus 0, which is x square. So this is the basic idea. When you integrate x square, the answer is x power 3 by 3 plus c. When you differentiate your answer, you will get x square. So please learn to check your answers, because in the long questions, differentiation will be 1 minute and integration will be 5 minutes. And one can make mistakes. Even after 40 years experience, I do my checking of the answers now. Sometimes we'll make a mistake in the number outside. We have written by 3, by mistake we might write a different number. Now let's look at x power 5, n equal to 5. The rule is same, x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. We'll always write plus c. Sometimes if I don't write, you have to write it, because plus c always comes there. When you differentiate c, it becomes 0. So it can be any number, 10, 20, 30. That number will be decided by other conditions in the after a couple of chapters. If we have more information in the question, we can fix this number c, otherwise we don't have to worry about it. Now 5 plus 1 is 6, so x power 6 by 6. Now you differentiate x power 6 by 6 plus c is your answer. You differentiate it here. What's the rule? N into x power n minus 1. So 6 into x power 6 minus 1 full divided by 6. This 6 will cancel with 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. We'll get x power 5. No need to add the 0. X power 5 plus 0 is x power 5. 10 plus 0 is 10. Now evaluate the integral 1 over x square. Now how much is n? N equal to minus 2. Look, the power goes up. It will become minus 2. We have discussed these powers before in the last semester. Integration of 1 over 1 divided by x square is x power minus 2. First decide how much is the n. Look, in the first question, n was plus 2. We did not write the plus. Here it is minus 2 and we have to write the minus 2. Whenever minus is there, please write it neatly with a dark pen, not pencil. X power minus 2. Now n is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. You'll get x power 1 divided by minus 1. This minus in the denominator can be taken up. It will become minus. X power minus 1 is 1 by x. And the c is always there. So your answer is minus 1 over x plus c. Now you differentiate the answer here. You'll get minus 1, it will become minus 2. This minus with this minus will cancel. You'll get this minus comes from differentiation. This is from your answer. So x minus 2 plus 0, which is x power minus 2, 1 divided by x square. So today we are using only the first rule here, which is second rule, which is here, the differentiation. The first rule is for checking the answer. Now you have to remember your sine, cosine also. But before that, let's do one square root. What's the meaning of square root? Square root means power is half, n equal to half. Half plus 1 is 3 by 2. You can use the ABC button in your calculator. So your answer is x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. This 3, when you divide by 3 by 2, it becomes 2 by 3. And 3 by 2, you can write it as x root x. Look here. 3 by 2 is 1 plus half. X power 1 into x power half. No need to write the power 1, just write x. And power half means root x. So this answer looks nice. So you should get up to this step in your answer, because in your multiple choice the answer will be given sometimes like this, sometimes like this. So do not get confused the way your answer looks. Here it's written 2 times the answer. There is no need to write it. You can write it just 1 time. Now check the solution. F of x equal to 2 by 3 x root x plus c. How much is x root x? It is x power 3 by 2. What's the rule? N into x power n minus 1. 3 by 2 minus 1 will give you half. 3 by 2 minus half is half. And it will get cancelled. Just let me check. Anything wrong here? Yeah. This fraction is 3 by 2. Yes, check the numbers. Yes. So the solution is 2 by 3 into x root x, which can be written as 2 by 3 into x power 3 by 2. Now when you differentiate this, the 3 by 2 will come out. 2 by 3 into 3 by 2. 3 by 2 minus 1. This 2 by 3 into 3 by 2 will cancel. you'll get 3 by 2 minus 1 is x power half, which is root x. We have done this differentiation before, so just refer to your calculus 1 notes. Don't throw them away. They are all available in Moodle and also in the YouTube. Now we have to integrate sine 4x. Now what's the rule? Derivative of sine is cosine and derivative of cosine is sine with the minus sign. Just remember that. So derivative of cosine kx is minus k sine kx. So integration of sine kx will be minus cos kx by k plus c. We'll be doing a separate class on all the formulae. Today you just need to remember the three trigonometric formulae. Now k equal to 4. Derivative of sine 4x will be minus cos 4x divided by 4 plus c. This 4 will not cancel. This 4 is outside, this 4 is inside. So you cannot cancel inside with outside. Now your capital F is minus cos 4x divided by 4 plus c. Now the derivative of cosine is minus sine. Minus into minus is plus. This 4 will get cancelled because when you differentiate cos 4x, you will get minus sine 4x into 4. That 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. You will get sine 4x. So you should get back whatever you have here on differentiation. Now the next example. Integrate cos 6x. Now derivative of sine kx is k cos kx and the integration of cos kx is sine kx divided by k plus c. So your answer is k equal to 6. This rule you don't have to write. You can think it in your mind. Your answer is only one line from here to here. This is your answer, just one line. So the integration of cosine is sine. It is 6 here, divide by 6. If you have x square inside, you cannot do this. If you have number only, you can do it. It is 6x, it will become by 6. If it is 4x, it will become by 4, divide by 4. If it is 20x, divide by 20. Sine 6x by 6 plus c. Now, this is your capital F, which is your answer, sine 6x full divided by 6 plus c. Now, you differentiate this. Derivative of sine is cosine. Derivative of 6x is 6. You will get 6 cos 6x divided by 6 and the 6 will get cancelled and you will be left with cos 6x. Now, integration of secant square. How do you get secant square? If you differentiate sine cosine, you will not get secant square. If you differentiate tangent, you will get secant square. So your answer should be secant square. So what's the rule? Secant square kx equal to tan kx by k. K is any number different from 0. You cannot divide by 0 in all these questions. Plus c. So when you differentiate the tangent, what do you get? You get secant square. Just remember your differentiation formulae from calculus 1. I have uploaded them in Moodle. You can have a look at it. Thank you. See you in the class.